Imagine an alternate universe we have our team of the original Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. And then imagine that we have a whole separate team with a new set of colors. Did that almost happen? I don't know. Let's talk about it. Yo, what's up everybody, it's Este here and welcome back to another video, and today we'll be talking about the lost team of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Well, supposedly. You gotta stick to the end of this video to find out what happened. But in the early 90s when Mighty Morphin Power Rangers was popping off, did Saban actually plan to make a whole new team of new different colors to continue the Mighty Morphin legacy? Or was this something completely different? If this is your first time watching, hey, nice to meet you. Be sure to subscribe and ring the notification bell so you don't miss out on any single one of my videos. And be sure to give this video a big old like because 1,500 likes and I'll do more videos just like this one. So let's get right into it. Now this information comes from Raul of Listen Anyway. Go give him a big fat follow on Instagram. But I saw this picture of 5 different colored Mighty Morphin Rangers and was literally so confused that I just had to dig deeper. Basically what the post would go on to say was that back in 1994, Saban Entertainment, the production company that did Power Rangers, trademarked a few specific colors for Rangers. Those being gold, purple, brown, gray, orange, and silver. If you don't know what trademarking is, if you're trademarking something, you're literally registering it for your company's use only. It's like an idea, right? So if you make up an idea, you trademark it, you're the one that owns it. You're the only one that's allowed to use it. Meaning, of course, that Saban Entertainment was the only one allowed to use these brand new color Rangers. These colors were first registered to be trademarked on April 28th, 1994. Only 2 months before the premiere of Season 2 of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers on Fox Kids, and when they were a mere 10 episodes away from finishing the first season on the same network. And let me say that Power Rangers was at a really interesting moment in its history. Like, it was gaining popularity, it was the most popular kids network ever, but originally it was going to end. Like, that episode Doomsday was going to be the finale of the show, and that's it. They were done, they were out. But the show was so popular that Fox Kids made Mighty Morphin Power Rangers 20 additional episodes to round off the season. And during this time, Saban had to call up Toei to make more Zyuranger footage in Japan, as they were the original creators of the show and they knew best. So they made that original fight footage, Megazord footage, and added it onto Season 1. Us as the fans, we call that Ju 2. I made a whole video talking about it, go check it out. However, Season 2 was kind of in the air as to what they were going to do next. Zu 3 was something that was planned, using redesigned Dinozords to fit in with the brand new Tiger Zord that was going to be introduced. But those plans were ultimately scrapped. And like Zu 2, I made a whole video about Zu 3, go check it out. There were so many different ideas that Saban was throwing around. They wanted to squeeze Mighty Morphin to the full, they wanted to use these Zyuranger suits to the max, and what better way than to have a whole new team of Rangers in different colors to continue on this Mighty Morphin legacy. As you know, they had the opportunity to go into Die Ranger the next Super Sentai season, or go into Cock Ranger, adapt those suits, but that never happened. They stuck with those Mighty Morphin suits for a fat minute. So, could it be possible that they would have used these colors in the original Mighty Morphin Power Rangers? I think it is possible, but I really consider it unlikely in a way, you know? Saban was really cheap about making Power Rangers, so he wanted to make it the simplest way possible and the cheapest way possible. The Green Ranger had a plastic shield. I don't think he was going to make a brand new team of Rangers. Also, remember those evil Rangers from Season 2? They were horrible. What if they tried to do that again with the brand new team of gold purple Rangers? They would have had to make new helmet molds for a new team, something Saban Entertainment just didn't do. However, if they were going to introduce this team, I would imagine them actually reusing helmet molds, because it's something that Saban actually does quite a lot. In VR Troopers, the Troopers had a battle grid mode, which featured the MMPR red helmet repainted to fit the color scheme of the heroes in the show. And yo, shout out to battle grid mode, because that's a horrible looking mode, but they literally reused their Mighty Morphin helmets into a whole different tokusatsu related show. I just think that's so funny, and if Saban were to introduce this new team of new colored Rangers, they would totally just repaint the old helmets, repaint the suits, and just call it a day. However, I say we look deeper into the realities of this trademark. These colors were trademarked for the following: toys and games, nailing board games, jigsaw puzzles, card games, sport ball, pinball machines, video game machines.
6.5 hours later.
Computer games, handheld games, dolls and accessories, playsets for dolls, clothing, costumes, puppets.
A few moments later.
Both toys, role-playing games, and equipment.
Eventually.
Target shooting sets, action figures, toy weapons, squirt guns, toy vehicles. Rider toys, riding toys, bicycles, tricycles, scooters, literally any type of toy that you would imagine. These Rangers were trademarked for that reason, to be made into toys. And that's the key idea here, toys. And considering the amount of bootleg Mighty Morphin toys in the public at the time, this makes complete sense. Because I think Saban just wanted to cover his tracks and make sure the company was protected, and not just that, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers was protected at all costs. Because we had toys like the Super Robotic Rangers, which were clearly knockoffs of Power Rangers, and there were literally tons of toys like that in the 90s at the time being sold in the same toy stores that Mighty Morphin Power Ranger toys were being held at. And obviously for Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, they trademarked the colors that they were going to use in the show, like red, blue, black, yellow, pink, green, and white. Because, you know, those were the heroes that were seen in the actual show, and obviously they had their toys. So Saban simply trademarked these brand new names for Rangers so that other toy companies couldn't use them. It makes sense because, you know, Mighty Morphin has the Red Ranger, but another toy company be like, oh, but we have a Purple Ranger. You guys don't have that. Saban's like, yeah, I do. I own it. Luckily, the Gold Ranger was used only a few years later during Power Rangers Zeo, which I never really considered gold because it was mostly black with the gold shield. If we're going by that knowledge, isn't Tommy a Gold Ranger? Think about it. I don't know. The Silver Ranger ended up being used during Power Rangers in Space as well a few years after that. However, both Gray and Purple Rangers were left unused for many years until Power Rangers Dino Charge, when we had both of them in the show. Unless you count the Jungle Fairy Wolf Ranger, but he wasn't called the Purple Ranger, so is he really Purple Ranger? I think so, yeah. That leaves only two colors left unused, the Orange Ranger and the Brown Ranger. Now, I did a whole video talking about the mystery of the Brown Ranger because I don't know why, but Power Rangers just loves to skip Sentai seasons that have an Orange Ranger in it. I feel bad for Orange Ranger videos because he needs some representation and he needs an Orange Ranger in the show, and we need one too, but we just haven't gotten one. But to think that Saban just legitimately trademarked all of these names just for protection purposes is really interesting. I still would have loved to see these Rangers pop up in some toy form or even in the show form at some point. It would have been cool just having like 10, 12 different Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. That would have been so funny, so nice. However, the trademark was left unused as Saban Entertainment never registered its name for public use anywhere. So in the year 2000, it was left abandoned, and our dreams were simply crushed. And that was the story of the lost team of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers that really was only there just to protect the owner's butt and make sure that no one else stole his toy, because bootlegs on bootlegs on bootlegs, there were so many of them. You know what I'm saying? What do you guys think? If you were to have a team of new Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, let's say you had the Purple Ranger, the Orange Ranger, the Brown Ranger, the Gold, the Silver, what dinosaurs would they be based on? I want to hear what you guys think. Let me know in the comments down below. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter, DonFuego. I'm also on Instagram, NotDonFuego. I love you guys so much. Have a good morning, evening, afternoon, wherever you're at. And of course, and as always, stay awesome, everybody.